Start us off, Calum.
Happy holidays. That's it.
That's it. All
That's the
right.
episode.
Thank you for attending this. Who
I
knows when
can't.
it
I mean,
is?
I can't do anymore because we'll get copyrighted.
Will we? Are we even remotely popular enough to get copyrighted?
I like to pretend.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure somebody at YouTube has to watch every video. So
hmm
thank you to our one YouTube employee. Appreciate you. We try to make this entertaining for you,
it's a
but
guy just sitting at his desk on his phone and just occasionally, because we don't have any actual video, and just goes, ha.
this episode he's like, huh? What?
Hmm.
They know about me? Wow, I
Later.
get a shout out. But yeah, we're talking about the holidays today because if you'd notice, we missed some uploading, and that is
Because of Thanksgiving.
the holidays.
The
Yeah,
old
and we just
turkey
had
day.
Thanksgiving. I would say it's a bit of a weird Thanksgiving this year, but to be perfectly honest, it was no different from my usual, so
Yeah. It was
it didn't really bother me
drastically
that much.
different from my usual.
Would you like to tell us about that?
So, typically, we got like the extended family coming over, and it's like we're doing things left and right. There's always something going on, and this year it wasn't that.
Hmm,
It
that's amazing. Thank you.
Yep. It like typically we'll have like a big pasta dinner the night before, and
Hmm.
everyone at my parents' house, and then Thanksgiving Day is everyone's over for Thanksgiving food and just hanging out, playing games, and then people do things the day after. I don't know. I kind of do my own thing and work. But this year, it was just my parents and my sister and my girlfriend. That's it. That's who it was.
Well, I mean, for me, it's pretty much always my mom, dad, and sister. So
hmm
yeah, it wasn't really anything too out of the ordinary for us. But I know for a lot of people, this was probably a pretty frustrating year. Well, year in general, but I
Yeah.
mean specifically for Thanksgiving. A
It's
lot of
gonna
people like
be
to
it's gonna be a
travel and
rough
such.
couple of weeks that for coming up for everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah, with all the big holidays,
hmm
the Christmases and the Hanukkahs and the Kwanzas, Ramadan.
I think Ramadan.
No, I'm offensive. But yeah, I really don't have that much to say about Thanksgiving because,
Yeah, you're offensive.
like I said, me personally, yeah, I'm just offensive. um, because uh, honestly, we're not like super into the Thanksgiving deal, and I think that's partly because well,
You're
most of my family's not American, so it's not. I think sometimes people forget that Thanksgiving is like an American holiday
hmm
because like anybody who's not American, it's like, oh, okay, this was the day that you did what? You guys ate a lot of food? Okay, I can do that.
yeah. It's a
Because that's
very
all it really is for us.
yeah. It's a hefty American holiday. It's
Hmm.
kind of like 4th of July, where it's like other parts of the world. It's like okay, it's the fourth day in July.
Hmm.
What do you want me to do about it? And then America, it's fireworks and beer.
True. Although apparently Canada has a Thanksgiving.
In October, I believe.
Something like that. I remember I looked it up one time what the deal with that was. But I can't remember. I honestly have no idea if they're just celebrating like a similar thing at the time that they landed in Canada and ate food with the native Canadians.
Well, let's see here. Oh,
Yeah, give us a little history lesson.
Wikipedia, stop asking me for money.
Listen, Wikipedia, I appreciate you, but I just don't have that kind of cash.
Um, so Thanksgiving in Canada is basically celebrating the harvest from the most recent year, which is
Mm,
pretty similar to American Thanksgiving.
sounds about right, yeah.
More importantly, though, now that I
Okay.
oh, they have a football like a doubleheader football game called the Thanksgiving Classic, and
Ooh.
I was just like, no way did they name on Wikipedia like American Thanksgiving as Thanksgiving Classic.
And Canadian Thanksgiving is the DLC.
I guess so. Yeah, but it's pretty much the
Same shtick,
same pretty much
different day.
shtick. hmm
Hmm.
It's got a little
There you
bit
go.
more little differences here and there. Like the
But,
specific foods are a little bit off to this, like is mostly the same, but like
mm-hmm.
um and kind of got the same observances and stuff, but it's the Canadian version.
So Thanksgiving isn't entirely American,
No,
but still, yeah.
I think it's
But,
also a little bit of a factor of um like we're too, for lack of better words, developed as a nation to just be like,
mm,
we're gonna celebrate the harvest.
yeah, I guess we don't really. The majority of Americans don't really need to deal with that
Yeah,
unless you're a farmer,
that's
and
true.
we appreciate you.
We do thoroughly.
Uh, but I guess the message of Thanksgiving, at least, is like, giving thanks to whatever. I guess most people can get behind
Yeah,
that.
it's
But
being
at the same time,
grateful.
it's kind of hotly debated because Thanksgiving also apparently was not as pleasant as the tales have told us of the pilgrims and the indigenous
Yeah,
people coming together and having a feast. I don't think it was as hunky dory as it's been made out to believe.
you're not gonna get a bunch of people that are like, I mean, it's not your Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special.
No, no, it's not. Because I've heard people refer to it now more as Remembrance Day. Have you heard that?
I've heard a little bit of it.
Again, I don't know a ton about it, so I'm not really gonna pretend like I'm an expert. But I guess it is kind of just like a, hey, you remember indigenous people were here first, and we kind of like, not even kind of, we totally screwed them over.
hmm
So just remember that when you're eating your turkey.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, I know, but technically not me. It wasn't my people.
yeah. No, your people just hated our entire country.
Hey, we didn't move here until like 25 years ago, so
hmm
it wasn't my family doing it, and
Yeah.
that's all I can. That's all I can say. But other holidays that I am far more into would be Christmas.
hmm
Super into Christmas. Probably my favorite holiday, I'd say.
No, mine's Thanksgiving.
Really.
Yep.
It's
I.
because of the food and the family.
It's no. You were mostly right with the food.
Okay.
It's it's the food, and compared to, at least for my family, comparatively to a lot of other holidays,
Mm,
like there's either a lot of traveling or a lot of doing and stuff. And Thanksgiving's typically like a 3 day affair. I don't have to travel because my parents host it,
mm-hmm.
so it's like it's nice and chillax for me.
Yeah, it sounds
Roll
pretty
out of
nice.
bed, eat some food, hang out, drink. and then I don't have to worry about getting home.
Sounds like my everyday.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've always liked Christmas because A, the music slaps.
It does have music that slaps.
I mean,
Should we create a
I've always
CastPod
said,
Christmas song?
like
No.
right now.
It's
Okay.
like, I was thought about it for a second, and it's like, no, I'm not musically
No,
talented enough.
maybe we don't. That'd be a fun little project, but yeah, that would be tough.
Maybe for next year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've always said that my favorite genre of music is Christmas
Hmm.
because it's A, unexpected, and B, accurate. I mean, so many Christmas songs are just
Yeah.
like
You get a Carol of the
top of the
Bells
line.
going,
Mm, that
that's
really gets me riled up.
slaps any day of the week.
I mean, like, you've got Happy Holidays, Let It Snow,
Hmm.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, the list goes on. And they all are 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I
And
want a
you get,
hippopotamus for Christmas. Dominic the
oh my
donkey.
God, Dominic the Donkey. I will never get tired of listening to that any time of the year.
I made my mom suffer from playing that song too much. Not gonna lie, she hates it.
No. How could she hate Dominic?
I don't know.
He brings the kids Christmas cheer. He helps Santa over the Italian mountains.
Hmm. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna drive my coworkers crazy this year. I'm gonna find the most obnoxious Christmas songs and just play them all the time.
Good. I mean, that's what the radios are doing, and it's my favorite thing. I love that the radio's nonstop Christmas music this time of year. Everyone's like, oh, you can't play Christmas music yet. And I'm like, I can play Christmas music whenever I want, at any point, and you
Christmas,
cannot stop me.
I've always said, Christmas music is appropriate starting after you finish your second plate of food at Thanksgiving, and it's appropriate all the way through Halloween.
Agreed.
Thanksgiving needs its respect and to take a
Hmm.
month off.
You know what? I can agree with you on that. I'm down for that schedule. But I mean, almost just as good as the music is all the presents that you get. I mean, who doesn't love presents?
That's
Granted,
true.
that's some capitalist ideals there, but like, I don't care. I like getting lots of material things. What can I say? Because coming downstairs, well, so I'll give you my Christmas rundown. This is what my Christmas day looks like.
Okay.
Well, it starts out so in December we have Advent calendars,
Mm-hmm.
which I actually didn't know people really did. I thought that was just like an us thing. Well, not like
You didn't
my
know it was
family, but
more.
I thought maybe it was like an English thing because growing up I didn't hear many people like talk about it. So I don't know if I just talked to the wrong people or what.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd have these little hanging things. Like I had one in the shape of a Christmas tree, and each day you would take one of the little
Yeah.
Velcro people and put it up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have those. Um, I do that every day, and then we had the advent calendars from Cadbury's chocolates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out Cadbury's.
I remember you having plenty of those in college.
That's right. Yep. So each day I have a piece of chocolate in it. Amazing. I mean, like any day you can start off with chocolate is a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would do that up until Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve was the last day that you did your little advent calendar.
Yeah.
And then the night before, this was when I was a youngster, we would put out a plate of carrots
Mm-hmm.
for the reindeer,
Of course.
as well as some mince pies for Santa and some milk rather than cookies
Okay.
because, we're going for English Santa here, not the
Not the
not the
American
other one.
Santa.
Yeah, we want to make sure the right Santa comes to our house.
Okay.
Um, uh, and it was, always astounding to me when I would wake up the next day and I'd go and I'd look that the pies were eaten, but also there's a bite taken out of the carrots,
Huh.
and these were just raw carrots, and
That's animal food.
like undeniable proof that a reindeer was in my house and ate this carrot. Because I mean, who else
Who else would
would be
just
mad
openly
enough
eat?
to just bite a carrot? I mean, you can't disprove that.
No, you can't.
Uh,
Your theory is sound.
that's what I'm saying. So I had a stocking at the end of my bed
Hmm.
that is in the shape of Tigger from
Hmm.
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. At the end of your
Um,
bed.
at the end of my bed.
Okay.
So like, I don't have like a little, I
Chimney.
don't know if I call it like a banister or something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a chimney.
Okay.
Um, so I'd literally just lay it like on the foot of my bed. So I had that, and then downstairs we'd have the Christmas tree with all the presents under it.
Hmm.
Um, so initially, when I wake up at maybe 5 a.m. or earlier, I would open up that stocking, and then my parents would tell me to go back to sleep, and then I wouldn't. And then after laying awake for 2 hours, we'd go downstairs and open up all the presents because I had a habit of just waking up as early as possible because
Yeah.
I wanted to open all my presents. Um, and I would dive under the Christmas tree, literally, because they always said that I was the smallest, so any presents in the back I would have to go get. So I would just army crawl underneath it
Yeah, that's fair.
to go get them. And I still do that, and they still say I'm the smallest, and I'm very much not the smallest
You
anymore.
are definitely not the smallest. You have the baby now.
Yeah, I know.
Put
So
it
I'll
to
have to
work.
send him under the Christmas tree
I could
once
just
he
imagine you
experiences his first.
Christmas morning, just you pointing at the Christmas tree. Get under there.
He started to crawl now, so he will be able to by Christmas.
Excellent.
Um, yeah, I know. So the training will begin soon. Um,
Just get treats, a bag of training treats, and a clicker.
oh, I can't wait. And yeah, and then we would have Christmas dinner, which would be almost exactly like Thanksgiving, except chicken instead of turkey.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's my Christmas.
Okay, so from my end of the spectrum, it's pretty different than that.
Okay, go on.
So, first off, Christmas Eve,
Yes, I forgot to
Chinese
mention we
food.
also go to church.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, Chinese food, and my parents go to church because I'm beyond saving or something like that.
I'm gonna be offensive again, but I thought that was a Jewish thing, was to get Chinese food on Christmas.
No, it's a we don't like to cook thing.
Okay. I thought that was like a classic joke is Jewish people ate Chinese food on Christmas. Have you heard that?
Yeah,
Or
I've
am
heard
I
that.
just a
No,
terrible person? Okay.
I'm responding
Just
to
wanted to make
Molly
sure.
texting me she's cold.
Oh, good.
So,
Good to know.
okay, give me 1 second. I'll continue. Vamp, vamp. Play an ad.
Vamp, vamp. Okay. Um, that is really funny that he mentioned that his parents go to church without him because my dad would always take me to church. Like, I only ever had to go to church twice, and that was on Christmas and Easter. Yes, I'm one of those people. But I mean, it's just so boring. Like, praise Jesus, but man, the standing and the kneeling and the sitting and the
You're
singing and
talking about
it's
church.
just not that exciting. Yes, I am. I was saying how it's not my scene, man. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I can't be entertained. But as you were saying,
So the gotta get the Chinese food, and
hmm
then what's it called?
your parents go to church.
Parents go to church. Kevin hasn't gone in a couple of years, like you said, because his soul's beyond saving.
Fact.
Yep. And then Christmas Eve night, my parents always give us an ornament of
Hmm.
some kind, either having something. It's either typically like some sort of big thing that happened over the course of the year for me or my sister,
Oh.
and as we get older and do less things slash also more things, it's
Hmm.
either really creative or just like a real softball one. like like we're gonna give it a shot and we'll see what happens.
I wonder what this year's gonna be.
I'm a little curious because it's like I've gotten a new job this year, so it might be related to that.
Hmm.
It might be related to the fucking. It's not. My guess is it's going to be related to the army of animals that I have in my apartment. If I had to take a guess.
Nice.
Um, so that's my shot in the dark. And then texting and talking is difficult apparently for me.
Yeah. All right.
Um, so that's pretty much Thanksgiving,
You were
Christmas Eve.
just out of it
I
right
got baffled. That's pretty much Christmas Eve for me. I'll watch A Christmas Story on TBS with all the commercials, despite owning the DVD.
now. Good.
And then um, Christmas morning, we'd wake up kind of early, and my dad's very big into like filming home movies and stuff. So we weren't
Hmm.
allowed downstairs until he gave us the all clear. And A, he's big into home movies and setting up. B, he has to get the presents out of the trunk of his car so he can put them under the tree. Because Santa
But
doesn't visit my house.
see, my parents were always very good at, I don't know, like going at a time when I was actually asleep, which was surprising because it felt like I was never asleep
Yeah,
the night between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But they always managed to do it, and I literally, I never caught on. I don't think I ever actually spotted them
doing it.
doing it. Yeah.
The older I got, the more clear my parents made it that they gave up on trying to hide it. So I can get into that a little bit. But yeah, so we open up our presents Christmas morning under the tree. It's typically me and my sister first, and then after um, after we open up our presents, my parents open up theirs,
Hmm.
and then we go through our stockings and stuff, and it's just either it's like candy, batteries, or deodorant,
Candy batteries.
I mixed them up one year. That was a mistake.
My favorite.
But like just little things. And I also like to think of it as my mom sending me a message with like deodorant and toothpaste and stuff. So
Nice.
I'll make a comment about it pretty much every year about it. And then we eat breakfast. Nothing special for breakfast. And then we get dressed, and then we go to my dad's brother's house for from like the beginning half of the afternoon, so like 2 to like 4 or 5 ish, and then we go to my mom's sister's house, and they're both on Long Island, so we have to drive around Long Island a little bit, and then we spend the rest of the night there, eating food, hanging out, seeing both sides of the family, getting presents. Um, my
Nice.
mom's my mom's side to they for the majority of my life they did a Kris Kringle, so everyone would pick someone else's name out of a hat,
Hmm.
and then the parents would buy like for like the adults and the kids, and then the parents would buy whatever their kids were supposed to buy for their cousins, and then they would exchange them. They would be like, "This is what you got them," and I'd be like, "Yes, and." Um,
Hey, I still do that.
and oh yeah, I'm not gonna back down from the yes anding. Improv comedy rule number one. And then the last couple years, now that we're all the kids are pretty much like my youngest cousin's now 21, I think,
21? Yep.
or 20, I don't know. The last couple years we did like a bit, and like it was like the kids had a Kris Kringle, the adults had a Kris Kringle, everyone opens presents, la di da. And then the
Right.
last couple years we did a white elephant, so like all the presents in the middle, pick and
Yeah.
choose, and these are from like not very competitive people. So it's like a very mellow white elephant. It's like, I guess I'll take this. I guess I'll take this. And just, and although my dad, for the first year we did this, um, he brought beer. That was the present he put in. And my younger cousin, who got caught with underage drinking, picked it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He got caught multiple times. So responsible adult Kevin stole it from him in a heartbeat and went
Ooh.
naughty naughty.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and there's also a my cousin Rob the first year. He brought. We went to Five Below because it was like we're not gonna try hard on this. And
Right.
I remember going there with him, and he bought a Guy Fieri cookbook. And that Guy Fieri cookbook has made an appearance in every other one since. Like
Uh,
you, actually, his mom got it this like 2019.
mm-hmm.
And it was literally like the last gift to. So it was like a last choice, no other options, and she got
You
it.
guys have against Guy Fieri.
It's not a good cookbook.
Oh.
And my cousin just screams, "It comes home!" And we were talking on Thanksgiving, and my aunt wrapped it up day after Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
She's like, "Nope, look through it, saw nothing worth it, wrapped it up." And
Mm.
so, like this year, we're doing a Kris Kringle again because it's gonna be over. Like, it's gonna be over Zoom. It's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
do over like because we can't see each other in person, so we can't really do a white elephant. Um, so my aunt's gonna be stuck with the cookbook for a little bit more, and then I. With the Kris Kringle, it's like everybody doesn't matter your age. We're all in one big group now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my aunt texted me. It's like, what do you guys want for me and Molly? And Molly's like, I'll just get more crusty gecko food. It's just saving me a gift. And then I want driftwood. So it's like, like
Bunch of
my
nerds.
uncle who I have, he just wants a hat. That's it. And you get my dumbass going, I want $30 worth of driftwood. I don't care what kind, I'll make it work.
What an interesting.
Really, really throwing out I mean, for my birthday, I got moss and sticks, or moss and cork bark. And now
Yeah.
for Christmas, I'm asking for sticks. So the family's gonna be like, "Oh, what did you get, Kevin?" I got sticks.
Yeah. I think they're probably gonna lose all hope in you soon.
And
Like just he's just buying things he can find in the woods. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, they've already lost hope.
Oh, good. I've never really done the whole white
Giving,
elephant
yeah.
thing, except for when like I was at some event or
Mm-hmm.
like other people I knew were doing it and I was roped into it
Yeah.
because I don't know. I've just never really been into it.
You
I've done
remember
one.
we did it freshman year of college, and that went so poorly.
I do remember that, yeah. Um, because I don't remember what I got and who it was for at all.
I
But
remember
I
nothing of it.
remember what I got. I got a blanket, and I still use that blanket
I
because it is very
remember
soft.
nothing of it.
I remember certain people didn't buy
Other,
gifts for others,
yeah,
and that was fun to see.
fun how that played out.
Like, did you get this person their gift? No. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that was quite
I
a
don't know.
time.
I never liked those kinds of things.
Hmm.
Like there was that one. I did one at Dan's house one time, like way back in the day. Again, I have no idea. I That was like the first time I did it, and I had no idea what was going on. I was like, why don't you just buy gifts for each other? What's the
Yeah,
point of this? Everybody's gonna go home
mildly
with a
bummed.
present that they really didn't
Don't
want.
want. Yeah,
Like even if it's not a bad gift, you're never gonna get the thing that's like, oh my god, this is exactly what I wanted. It's gonna be like, oh, this is a
thanks.
thing that I own now,
Hmm.
and I don't know. Um, I did one at the nature center I used to work at,
Hmm.
and I got a jar of lentils. And I didn't know what lentils were. And my dad's like, you can make soup out of it. I'm like, I don't like soup. It
You can
sucks.
feed them to your Euromastics that you don't have.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I should have said that to myself. Yeah, I don't know. I was never into that
That aspect of the
scene
gift giving.
of white elephant.
Yeah,
And I also never understood why they're called that.
I don't know either. I guess it's like someone's gonna get a bad gift, so it's like let's not talk about the white elephant in the room.
I feel like that can't be it, but
Well,
I'm gonna pretend that it
that's
is.
that's my best guess.
I feel like you're combining two completely separate sayings,
Hmm.
and I'm okay with it, and I'm gonna run with it.
This is just how I figure out words and brain. Hi, I'm Kevin.
Just
Um,
smash them together and hope for the best.
I will say though that I have plans for this upcoming Christmas.
Oh, do
So,
you?
I mean, not. It's Christmas Eve, so Thanksgiving
Ah, a
with
really
being
fancy
just a
Chinese restaurant.
yeah. No, we're going to the same old place.
Mm,
But Chris, Thanksgiving, we're talking about it, and me being the rapscallion that I am,
yes.
and I'm just like, I, I started off a conversation at Thanksgiving dinner going, so let's go around the table and list who our favorite person at this table is and our least favorite person is at this table is. Names have to be said.
My God.
And then, so I decided that Christmas Eve, I'm gonna show up with a butt ton of alcohol, and we're just gonna get trashed. We're gonna eat Chinese food and get super trashed. I said my mission won't be complete unless somebody wakes up on Christmas morning, hungover or still drunk. So that is my goal. I'm gonna,
That sounds like
I'm
a
gonna commit
pretty
to it.
good night at college, honestly.
I'm gonna
Chinese food and
commit to it.
drinking.
Oh yeah, and then same with New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. We won't be able to live out our classic New Year's
Yep, New Year's
uh,
Eve.
party.
Which yeah. So for those of you playing along at home, Kevin and
Hmm.
Calum and friends from high school have spent almost every New Year's Eve together since I would say probably like junior year of high school, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I
Probably
remember
around
as like
then.
like high school. We were still in high school because I remember getting dropped off and picked up a couple times
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
that sounds right.
carpooling more than like less or more than we currently do.
Hmm.
Um, and I know there was occasionally years where we would go be extra like we would either not show up or do something extravagant like I didn't go one year because my family was in Ireland, so I celebrated an entire like 6 hours before. I was waking up to catch a flight, and you guys were just like Happy New Year,
Yeah.
and there's me just like waking up, kind of turned still, and I'm like, what is these? Who are these monsters? How did I literally thought for a little bit? How do they party so long? And then I was just like, turns out they time zones. And then
Yeah, we
you
just
weren't there.
party really hard.
You weren't there last year
I was not there
because
last
you were
year.
in New Zealand.
I was. I celebrated New Year's a full day ahead of you guys. And
And
it was, I really enjoyed my time, but yeah, I definitely missed out.
yeah, we went to Atlantic City. Uh, Danny
You
got
guys do the
into the way
cool
of
stuff
a
when I'm
couple
not
of
there.
fights, and we did a polar bear
Yep.
plunge the following morning. We jumped into the ocean. That
I
was a
know.
fun
What's up with
time.
that?
I will
When
say,
I go, we just go to Joe's house and we drink sparkling apple juice.
mm,
But when I'm not there, you guys go to Atlantic City.
yeah, I will say though, watching
No offense,
Dan
Joe.
Dilex 4, he ran
Mm-hmm.
into the water, got under, and got out so fast that me and Danny weren't even in the water fully yet. By the time he got out, he was like the quickest guy there. And I
He's a
said,
speedy
I'm
dude.
gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the last one out. And I started getting out, and I was like, Danny's still here. I will wait this out. And I committed to it.
You had to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm. And
Well, I'm proud of you.
so that
I'm assuming you were the last
I
one.
was the last one out. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
And because I'm built for cold weather, I got heckled at. Me and Kira went golfing Sunday morning. It was 31
Mm-hmm.
degrees. I'm wearing a t-shirt or a polo and shorts.
Right,
And all
as
the
you do.
old men are like, "What the matter? What's the matter with you?" I had a guy
So
come up to
many
me and go,
things, old
"Do you know
man.
what fucking month it is? It's December." And someone goes, "No, it's actually November." but
Yeah, take that, you old
mhm.
coot.
And then there was the year we ran around Syracuse in the middle of the night. Were you there for that? Yeah, you were.
That's true. Yeah, I was there. I forgot that that was a New Year's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a New Year? That was
That
a
was
New
New
Year's thing. Yeah,
Year's.
because
Yeah,
the bars were closed.
bars were closed. We didn't think
Ah,
about that.
so we just ran through the streets,
We ran through the streets, kind of drunk. Of
climbing over mounds of snow,
mm-hmm. Good old
and we
Syracuse
ate
man.
Chinese food.
Yep. And then the best line of existence happened that day. So
Oh, Ben.
we were sitting around in a Chinese restaurant after watching a basketball game,
Mm-hmm.
and our good friend Ben Strauss, he has his own YouTube channel that we don't plug at all
He
because
does.
I
Apparently,
don't
he
know
has
it off the
two at
top of my
least.
head.
The one is Mach Force 9, I think, and then the other one, I can't remember. It's like B Strauss or something. I don't know. Check him out. We'll probably
Yeah,
find him. As you're saying.
but so we're sitting around the table in a Chinese restaurant, and then out of nowhere, we just hear Ben go, "Didn't he die recently?" And I think there was a solid, like, I think, so there's like 10 of us in that group chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Carter didn't go.
I
And
think it
Nick,
was me, you, Ben.
yeah.
Nick wasn't
Nick wasn't
currently with
at
us,
dinner at the,
but
yeah.
obviously we were at his place. And then I believe it was Joe,
We had Jason, Kieran.
Jason, Kieran. I think that was
I
it.
think we had Danny too.
Was Danny there?
Hit him up. Is he still up?
Danny, were you there? No, he told me good night, so I'm assuming not. But he's probably up.
Text him real quick.
Um,
See.
I can't remember if it was Danny.
I think Danny was there. But I know you, me, Ben, of course. I know
Right.
Nick was there, but he wasn't in the restaurant for the story. I
Yes.
know Jason, Jason, Kieran, Joe were all there, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember specifically that Carter wasn't there. I
Yeah,
remember he couldn't go for some reason. I think he was spending it with his girlfriend at the time or something.
probably.
Um,
But anyways,
so there's a bunch of us, and it's at this relatively big table. And Ben goes, "Didn't he just die recently?" And all other conversations just stopped
yeah, who?
because we're like,
Who?
"Who?" And Ben goes, "You know, General, General So. Didn't he die recently?" And we're just like, "Hang on, what, Ben?" It's like, "Didn't General So just like die? Like he died in like the 1950s, right?"
Okay.
We're just like, "I'm sorry." So Ben, I guess, thought that there was a general in China named General So, which we looked it up. There have been them before. But in the 1950s, he died. In post World War II era, General So died. And we're all just ridiculing him for this because it's like, no, Ben. And Callum hits him with probably the funniest line of the night that we still remember years later of,
So, when did General Sweet and Sour die
yep,
again?
that was it. Exactly.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
It's like,
He was like, okay, all right.
just roasted him a little bit there.
Oh my god. It's funny because I was eating sweet and sour chicken.
Mm-hmm. That was,
What a good time, though. We've had some great New Year's, that's
had
for
some
sure.
great ones. We've lit off fireworks a couple of times.
Yep, yeah, we did that. We've, like I said, had some sparkling apple juice
Mm. I remember there
on
was one
occasion.
year we were at Joe's and Jason's mom brought us a Chick-fil-A platter. I've always said that if I'm having a big event, Mrs. Fields is invited.
She got that right. She knows how to bring the party, that is
Yeah,
for sure.
she she carries the team.
But this year, it looks like we might just have to have a Zoom one.
Hmm.
Although, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens in the next month, but I
Yeah,
would assume
I'm
we're not going to
assuming.
have any big parties.
Hmm. So if all goes, I mean, if not all goes according to plan, if we're just unable to do anything,
Mm-hmm.
Callum and I and Dan and maybe somebody else. I say maybe someone else kind of vague because I don't know who else is gonna be it. We'll be playing Uno. We'll
Uno.
be streaming Uno. And I think we could stream it to the CastPod YouTube channel
That would be cool.
and getting trashed while doing it.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
So
I do love me some Uno.
that's gonna be quite an adventure.
Yeah, I mean, Uno already is just like such a such a chaotic game.
Hmm.
Add,
Yeah,
add alcohol to the mix, and it's like
it's gonna
who
be
knows where it's gonna go.
wild. It's gonna be.
Oh man, yeah. I just I wish the holidays wouldn't be as lame
Hmm.
as I know they're gonna be this year, but I think we'll still manage to have fun with it.
Oh yeah, we'll figure something out, and with our inability to do anything, I feel like we're gonna get. We'll figure out a way to have like a real big weekend or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll manage to do something.
Hmm.
Are we near the end here?
We're near the end, so before we wrap up,
Sure.
remember that post
Yes.
from like a little bit about this point last year, maybe a little bit later into the year. It's like 2020 is gonna be an amazing year. You got
Oh,
Friday the
come on.
13th, like two Friday the 13th. Halloween is on a weekend.
We've
And
got the whole month of 420.
yeah, the whole month of 420. December is gonna literally have Christmas or Christmas Day and New Year's Day are on um, Fridays. So Halloween's on a Saturday. It's just like all these
Hmm.
building up hype things. Something about Cinco de Mayo. It was on a Tuesday.
Mm.
That wasn't it. What was another? Was it Fourth of July? Fourth of July is on a Saturday. No, there's. I knew there was a big like drinking holiday on a
Cinco de
day.
Mayo's on a Tuesday. God, I've been waiting for that.
Fourth of July was on a Saturday, and everyone's like, "Yeah, let's go," and then it just went to shit.
I mean, I'll always say it's because, we just didn't have 2020 vision back in the day.
Ah,
Come on.
this guy.
Yeah, no, I do remember all the posts that were like, 2020 gonna hit different. Like,
Hmm.
we going into 2020 with all these positive vibes and whatever. And it's like, oh, you poor fools.
Oh
You
man,
had no idea what was waiting for
if
you.
if I could go back, if you could go back to exactly a year ago,
Hmm.
what would you tell your past self?
Get everything you want to do done now. Do it all right now. Don't wait. Go wherever you want and do all the work you need to do because you're not going to be doing anything for 8 months straight.
And
I would have gone and visited every friend
hmm
who is not currently in this state. I would have
there's
just worked like a demon on my thesis.
mhm.
I would have done so much.
There is. I'll tell you about it later. But Kira and I have developed a little bit of a plan.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm intrigued to hear that.
Um. Yeah. I'll be sure to. I'll tell you about it after this.
Right,
But
right. A
yeah.
little teaser to the audience.
I'm gonna my I would go back and just be like, hey, you and Calum are gonna bring back CastPod and take it somewhat seriously.
And you'll be like, nah, that's not gonna happen.
I would just I would next time I see Calum in person, I'd just be like, hey, this lunatic with a man bun told me.
He was spouting something about dickety dickety. What was that even about?
CastPod dickety dickety, and it's just like, who's I just went like I just told the crazy man yes and
Oh, yeah. The worst thing though is that people think it's gonna stop once it hits New Year.
no,
Like once it hits 2021, it's gonna be like everything's back to normal.
no,
No, no, no, no.
oh no no
This is just the beginning. Like, it's unfortunate and slightly depressing to hear, but it's like
yeah.
there's no back to normal. We've
There's
hit a point where this is life.
we're we're so far gone now. Like, um, hold on.
Hmm.
We are at a total of 268,000 deaths due to
Oh my god.
coronavirus at this
Ah,
moment, and it's just like, and 13.6 million cases in this country alone.
oh, jeez.
So
Yeah,
it's like
and there's still people
who
out
are
here
doubting.
like it ain't that bad,
Yeah,
or it doesn't even exist. And it's like, oh my god, you are the problem.
and it's like with all those it's like the the numbers wouldn't have gotten that high if it was responsible, for lack of a
Yeah,
better term word.
if we had better leadership, if we had, better, like, I can't blame it all on the government, but like it's a pretty hefty
It's
weight on the
yeah,
government
it definitely
because, like,
is.
yeah, there's plenty of people in the public who weren't following, what they should have been doing, but at the same time, was anyone really like, penalizing them for it?
No.
Was there anybody who was really like, you know, giving them any sort of reason
Mm-hmm.
to actually follow through with the regulations? No.
You've got
Like, we needed anybody to be like, you
yeah,
need to do this.
like you've got what's it called? The entire world, and you have some countries like if you look up a map of just how bad some of it is,
Mm-hmm.
the amount for the smallest US state is probably Hawaii, and that
Yeah.
is clearly bigger than the like for like a dot population dot density.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly bigger than the one for New Zealand as a country because they were just they cracked they cracked down so hard.
Yeah, I
And
mean, New Zealand is like amazing. They
yeah,
know what they're doing.
and it's like it's a bizarro world. Like if like last
The-
year, it's like I would think nothing about going to like reptile shows or something and just being like in a just shoulder to shoulder walking through a crowd of people,
Mhm.
getting annoyed at the one person that decides to bring a stroller. And it's just like, what is the wrong? What is the wrong with you? Um,
Yeah, it really makes you think now, doesn't it?
and
Like,
now it's just like it's so weird because it's like I'll see like videos on Reddit and stuff of it's um like New Zealand is like the big rugby game or whatever, and it's like the stadium full of people, and I'm like, all right, this was like probably a really cool play from like last year, and then it's just like, no, this happened 2 days ago. They
mhm.
took it seriously, and it's just like, ah,
Yeah, no, right off the bat, New Zealand was like, all right, let's fix this.
mm-hmm,
And then they got down to like 0 cases or whatever, and then it's like now they're fine. They're just living their lives again.
mm-hmm,
And meanwhile, we've got I think we're gonna do a full CastPod conspiracy on the COVID situation,
yeah,
because although it is not at all a conspiracy, there are plenty about it that I think are worth talking about.
oh yeah,
And I just have to take the time now to just be like, there's still people out here who are like,
this
you
is
know,
a conspiracy theory in
A,
itself.
this is fake, or B, like, the restrictions are dumb and we need to just end it, because there's a post that I will bring up. There's a bunch of posts, but there's this one post that I saw recently. I told Kevin to look at as well.
Oh my god.
Um, one of the main points of this post that was basically anti-quarantine was, what's the goal
Mm-hmm.
of of the of the quarantine? Which, first of all, part of my brain just like collapsed in on itself from that question. What do you mean, what's the goal? To not have people die. What? But it was like, listen, the cases aren't going to go down to zero unless we stop testing.
Yeah,
And I went, brilliant.
nailed it.
No testing means no cases. You've cured the disease. We're all safe. Everybody's healthy again
Mm-hmm.
because we stopped testing. I mean, put him at the head of the WHO right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've solved it. Are you kidding me? Stop testing and there's no cases? What do you mean?
I'm like,
Have you looked at any of the other countries that have 0 cases that did a lot of testing? Like, oh my god, there's just so much stupid in the world, and there's so much of it in this country.
mm-hmm.
Oh, it blows my mind.
My favorite argument that was there that this person had was
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what like God's plan is. Like, it's like you don't see me not driving a car because plenty of people die in car crashes every every day and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And I'm just like, or it's like, I just brought it up just so I can find. And this is not,
Yeah.
this is a long rant too. This isn't like
Oh yeah.
a simple little thing.
You could
Um,
really like talk about this for
yeah.
a long time,
Oh yeah.
picking
This
it apart.
can just tear it apart.
Oh yeah. Not a single fact is present in
Yeah.
this post. I'll have you know.
We know a we know driving a car can be dangerous. We don't leave it in the garage. We we speed, we don't buckle our seatbelt, and we take the then this is referring to like drinking and smoking and stuff, and then we take more than directed. Quite a few people don't think twice about unprotected sex; they just hop right to it. Is is hugging grandma really more dangerous than rush hour on the freeway?
I just want to die. I just want
Like,
to put me in grandma's shoes, tie me to the front of the car in rush hour traffic. Like,
and it's like,
oh my
oh
god,
my god, you're so dumb because you know
you've
what?
just
None of these
completely
things are
lost the point.
contagious.
Yeah,
Like Callum and I got
like,
into a car crash last year, 2 years ago,
mm-hmm.
and you know what hasn't happened since? I haven't gotten into another car crash because Callum was behind the wheel. I didn't immediately go out and just crash my car and just be like, oh
Well,
no.
you're
Also,
infected now with car crash syndrome,
we
so
both lived.
that's true. Oh my god. But it's just like it's imagine you're in the movie Saw and they give you a choice. It's like you want to play a game. You can either drink this bottle of poison or you could take a quick trip in your car down to Wawa. Which will it be? Both choices are deadly. It's like, I mean, cars are pretty dangerous, man. I don't know. Like, what does that post mean? Oh my god.
And
You
also,
have
it says,
a novel infectious disease versus strawberries and shellfish.
yeah, that
I
was
hate
a
you.
comparison. And there was that ended all. No hateful comments, please.
God, I hated that. I hated that so much. I know I've said something wrong, but I don't want to feel any backlash. Please don't comment.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
No, I'm tempted to be like, you're an idiot.
I I I was so tempted to write something because it's just it's so I was hoping somebody would, like somebody who knows this person well enough. Because the person who we know who shared it did not write the post.
No.
But it doesn't matter. You shared the post and you're not laughing at it. You're agreeing with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you deserve the backlash just as much as the person who created it.
Exactly.
But I was hoping somebody who knows this person better would be like, hey,
You're
this
dumb.
is really like wrong on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like this makes absolutely no sense and it's honestly dangerous to post this because other people can read it and then possibly take it, you know, take the message seriously.
Mm-hmm. This is
That's the
also a
worst thing about
person
it.
that is currently engaged, so somebody likes her enough.
This person studied science in school,
She did.
took 4 years of college in a field of science, and posted something so unbelievably unscientific.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, so we'll talk about it in a future
definitely.
episode. I
Yeah.
will
Well,
rant for so
yeah.
long.
Oh my god. All right, let's wrap
Let's wrap
this
it up.
up. All right.
Speaking of wrapping up, the
Oh,
holidays are coming. And you know what would be a fantastic gift?
What?
A nice, warm, long sleeve CastPod shirt.
What? A nice warm
That's right.
CastPod shirt? I
A
don't know.
nice,
That sounds
warm.
too comfortable for most people.
Well, if you're more of a Kevin and the cold weather never bothered you anyways,
That's true.
you could also get a very nice CastPod tank top or t-shirt.
Hmm. It comes in
Very
quite a
stylish.
variety of colors as well.
That's true. And that's not where it ends. You can get stickers. You can get phone cases. You can get
Did you
uh,
have this conversation
other
with Danny
things.
too?
No.
Okay. Yep.
But it did make me think of it because Danny, our friend from Heartburn the podcast and
Hmm.
C&D Save the World,
Speaking of which, Kevin
just
has
made this big
heartburn at the
post
moment.
today. Wow. Yeah. Um, he he made this big post for Cyber Monday on his Instagram about our merch store.
Hmm.
Is it teespring.com/KevinHagen17?
Tpublic.com. It's literally on the screen,
T
actually.
Public. God dang. Well,
It's
there you go.
it's on the screen. I'll be sure
So
to
yeah,
drop it.
speaking of wrapping it up, there you go. If you
Wrap up a nice
need any
little
gifts,
present.
yeah, exactly,
Get a little prezi. Got yourself a baby. There's onesies. I specifically put in a CastPod onesie for Calum to gift
exactly.
his baby.
But I will be wearing it myself. So
Good to know.
yes.
And
So
yeah.
everybody go to the store, get something, and then tweet at us on CastPod Twitter of
Hmm.
you wearing the merch, and we will, I don't know,
Retweet it. That's.
give you a thumbs up,
I mean,
a little pat on the back.
we're not successful enough to do anything about it at the moment,
No,
but
no, we'll probably just like text you because we know you and we'll say thanks.
we'll remember. We will remember.
Yeah, and obviously check out all of our other friends' stuff on there as well.
Hmm.
Harper and Dialects, all them good people, and Kevin's original
Yep. I have a couple
makes and models.
original designs. I'm gonna actually looking at it. I'm gonna go back for there's a twitch.tv/VeinyD shirt
True.
and other related merch. Um, I'm gonna go back and make the fullback wrestling alliance again. Make that relevant
Nice.
again. It's gonna be a 2021 thing.
But yeah,
But yeah.
go check those things out.
Ooh, I will say
Um,
though,
hmm
looking at the twitch.tv/VeinyD
Yeah.
merch, the hoodie and actually the face mask because they do make face mask as well for
Yeah.
like COVID prevention.
Yes.
Those two on those two look pretty sick with the Vanity
Ooh,
logo.
I
I would
like that. I like that.
I would recommend checking it out.
And tell us in the comments what your holidays are like
Mhm.
and what you plan on doing.
Yep. Are you gonna pull a Callum family and just do like hanging out and having fun? Or are you going to pull a Kevin family and get bullied by your one wacky relative to get trashed? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But yeah. So until next time, we will have more conservation and conspiracy stuff coming out. Obviously,
Yep.
like we said, the holidays were,
It screwed us up a
uh,
little bit.
yeah, but we'll get back into it.
And there will be we'll have the part 2 for our um, Pokemon Cast and Pokemon Pod
Yep.
gameplays. We'll go through another round of the thought process and talking it out, and then we'll also end. We'll have that video or two of us designing the things for it.
It'll be pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So join us next time. I have been Callum.
I am
and I
also
still am.
Calum.
Oh, well, that's weird. Oh well. Yeah, join us back for Calum Pod
Mm-hmm.
next time.
Starring the Callums.